Hey guys, it's time to Nefis and Chill. In this video, perhaps to the surprise of many of you, I'll be talking about why you, or most of you, should not be race changing from your maybe previous Khajiit or current Khajiit to a Dark Elf or Altmer or vice versa. Really, from any race to any race at the moment, if you are a DPS worried about your damage numbers and so forth. And just to kind of recap what happened with Update 32 is the main change that happened, which has led to many in-game raiders or perhaps players, including or content creators as well, including myself, that'll be dropping builds and stuff like that. Is that the crit damage cap came that capped crit damage modifiers at 125% total. So understandably, from a min-max perspective, for raiding, keep that in mind, raiding, a lot of people are more attracted towards doing High Elf for Magicka DPS or Dark Elf for Magicka DPS. And the damage difference actually between Khajiit, Dark Elf, and Altmer, or Khajiit between these two, is like 2-3% or something like that. Something not so significant as to warrant a lot of people spending their gold or crowns to race change. And I'll also be kind of going over why else you probably shouldn't be race changing from Khajiit to Dunmer or from Khajiit to High Elf or vice versa. The first reason, obviously, is the damage gain. If you're not score pushing, if you're not going for war records, and if you're just going for like trifectas or progressions or clears or something in trials, there's literally no reason for you to, constantly complain about all this, constantly complain about you have to do it. You don't have to do it. Really, I mean, the second reason is also you don't know what's coming. No one knows what's coming. For all we know, maybe they'll change racial passes again. ESO is very, very, very prone to a lot of changes with each quarter. And there's 4 patches in the year, so it changes so often that a lot of people will complain that, oh, why don't they give us class or race change tokens? To an extent I agree, but at the same time I think there's a lot of people out here mauling at the fact that perhaps Khajiit isn't best in slot anymore or is meta anymore, is unusable. It's not unusable, and again, just to save you crowns or gold, it's not a big deal. But if you truly want to min-max your DPS, go for it. I'm all for it. But outside of all that, for most of you watching this video, you probably never score push in your life. You probably never will. Or maybe you want to, and you want to get started, but that's a different story, right? And let's just go over the stats here too real quick. So Dark Elf gets max mag and stam by 1910. Flame resistances by 4620. Weapon and spell damage by 258. Khajiit, on the other hand, gets health recovery, stam and mag recovery, max health, stam and magicka by 915, crit damage and healing by 12%, and of course, Altmer gets 2000 max magicka, spell damage by 258, and restoration of 625 mag or stam based on whichever is the lowest resource based on skill usage, and of course, they take 5% less damage with channel and cast time. Comparing these stats, and then comparing them in parses and raids, again, not too significant. And also people complaining about, oh, maybe, Khajiit is useless because the crit damage cap is reached a lot faster with Khajiit, or you could just do something really sensible and really easy. You can just take a look at your group's uptimes on certain things, like Major Force. You can decide whether you want to slot out Fighting Finesse for something else, to get mitigation slotable, even for like trifectas, or even, something else like something that boosts your weapon and spell damage in the CP tree. And you can also just drop something like Minor Force as a Khajiit. And a lot of people also aren't looking at the fact that you're going to be using your character probably outside of trials too. So Khajiit will probably pull ahead in terms of crit damage in dungeons, where you're not getting all the raid buffs and debuffs. So there's a lot of things to consider here. And also, I think the biggest thing here is out of principle. Again, you just don't know what sauce is going to change next. And it just changes so much. I just feel like at this point, who cares? Unless, again, you're score pushing. But that's pretty much it. I've been seeing a lot of people complain about this and worry a lot. So this is the video to kind of assuage those fears and kind of just give a sensible viewpoint on all the race changes going on, or worries that a lot of newer players have in regards to their race choice for their DPS with dispatch and so forth. If you're Khajiit, you're fine. If you're high elf, you're fine. If you're dark elf, you're fine. Argonian though, I'm just kidding. Stay safe, have fun, and see you guys next time.